Welcome back to the Curiosity Cave. I'm Scott at Duke's Baseball Cards and Curiosities. Today we're going to keep it simple, go back to my roots. We're going to look at some curiosities. There won't be any cards, but there will be player related items. And some things maybe you haven't seen before, hopefully. We'll start off with this 1 3/4 Minnesota Twins MLB pin from 1968. You'll have to trust me when I tell you the date is on there. Let's see. I don't think we can get that to focus. That's really small print. Next up, we'll have a Apollo 11 pinback. First man on the moon. There's Neil Armstrong, Collins, and Buzz Aldrin. Here's the 1965 American League champion Minnesota Twins coin. Winning the American League pennant, losing to Sandy Koufax in Game 7. And it was put out by Twin City Federal Banks. And some of you may know I'm a North Dakota State Bison fan. Here's a Bison booster pin from, I'm guessing around 1950, just by similar ones that I have. And we're going to get something fairly new here. Jim Druckenmuller playoff. Looks like it's made to look like a casino chip. The back shows basically it's a chip shot from playoff 1997. Here's appears to be a homemade leather football player. This is probably from the 30s. And it does have a pin back. Guess you could call it folk art. You can see the stitches. Next up we have a couple Salada Junkets, Salada T coins. Here's Wally Moon. Yeah, I'm just kind of letting you see what some of these look like if you haven't seen them before. If you have, you know about them. Andy Carey, the White Sox. Probably the most valuable one I have to show you today is this pin back. 1930 Notre Dame with Knute Rockne. Notre Dame Stadium there. There's one on eBay right now for over $300. If that means anything to anybody. But it's got Rockne and then it's got the captain. Looks like Tom Dooley. There's another baseball coin. 1960 armor of Don Drysdale. Here's what the backs look like. Next up we go to hockey. Vintage Minnesota North Star pin that I'm throwing around here. It says we're ready. Shows the teams online. Next up for them to play: Boston Bruins, Toronto Maple Leafs, Buffalo Sabres. Used to love to go to the North Star games. I get 4 tickets for $20 plus hot dog and drink. Take my 2 daughters and have 1 extra ticket that we wouldn't use. But it's a good time. $5 a ticket. plus hot dogs and a drink. This is something I'm not sure what it is. Came with a lot that I purchased. Actually came with that Notre Dame pin and some other pins you're going to see shortly. 1991 U.S. Open. This was at Hazeltine in Chaska, Minnesota, just down the road here. Of course, it was won by Payne Stewart. Here's a recent acquisition. I'm not sure what this is. I know it's a tab pin. Arnold Palmer, 1958 Masters. On the back, it has like half of $100 contest win. Anybody knows? It's the right half. Anybody knows what that is? Please let me know. 1959 Sugar Bowl pin. LSU, Chinese Bandits. That was the nickname of the backup or the second string defense or third string. I'm not sure. Don't really follow LSU, but that's what I read when I quickly looked it up. Here we have a watch face. Gotta get the magnifying glass out on this one. Okay, it's got three player signatures on there. Facsimile signatures: Mike Ditka, Jim Brown, Jim Taylor. And I also have a baseball one. This one is easier to read. It's Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, and Roger Maris on there. And here's the watch portion of a Michael Jordan watch. There's a 1969 MLB Players, National Players Association, Chicago Cubs player Don Kissinger. Focus, focus. Oh, it is Don Kissinger. Here's a Raisin Bran insert from the 60s, Roy Rogers Ranch. Looks like it's supposed to be a ring or something. Here's a couple of vending machine cowboys, or Western related. Davy Crockett and Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. Next up we have a 1930s Dizzy Dean winner's coin. Good luck coin. Got a nice portrait of Dizzy Dean on there. You got your lucky horseshoe on the back. Slippery little thing. There's a 1970 Nebraska Cornhuskers national champion pewter coin. There's the back. I think this is 69. It's a marble. Minnesota Twins player Dave Boswell. There's a whole set of these with the big guys, Hank and Willie and the gang. Has the name on the back. Here's another bubblegum charm from the 50s. Got Bob Feller on the baseball. The rest is just part of the ball. Something that you wouldn't expect. Here's a 1958 ski jumping badge. Battle Creek, that's part of St. Paul. I believe it's still sitting there. Ski jump. Here's a win or die General MacArthur pin. There's another Notre Dame pin back with a big metal football on the bottom. I believe this is a Cracker Jack. Okay, this is a Cracker Jack. Presidential coin. Calvin Coolidge. And here's a Jets tennis shoe plastic coin. And finally, last item, which I think is pretty cool. It's a sugar cube, still in the wrapper, from Jack Dempsey's restaurant in New York. On the side it'll tell you. Again, it's Jack Dempsey's restaurant. And then on the back, picture of the interior of Jack Dempsey's restaurant. And it's a Jack Frost tablet sugar, the patent number on there. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you saw something you haven't seen before. If you have any questions or you have any additional information, please let me know, and hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.